It's the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
You do your story first because my story is more of a question for you guys.
Okay, just real quick, I want to mention Ryan's out today because he's under the weather.
Yep, Mango's still good.
Mango will out survive us all.
Yep.
That's for sure. Okay, so it is Easter time, and you may have seen this coming around some of the digital stuff you're wasting your life with every day as you're scanning your phone like a zombie. The Easter potato. Raise your hand if you've seen about the Easter potato. Anybody?
No,
Anybody?
no.
I just know.
Eric has.
I got radio buddies. They're giving away Easter potatoes instead of Easter eggs.
And now, Sam, you would think that maybe it's a dish. Like when I first heard of the Easter potato, I thought, okay, there's ham, like Easter ham.
Right.
People eat the ham.
Right.
Is this a new potato dish we should start for the ages? No. Then I thought, instead of deviled eggs, because those are expensive, is it deviled potatoes?
Ew.
Is that what we're doing? Like hollowed out potato pockets? Is that what we're making?
And which
Put that
potato
in the
is
dish?
it? Is it this?
No, this is the Easter potato instead of the Easter egg for the hunt.
That's what I thought. Okay, so you
Correct.
dye them.
You don't dye them. You paint them. You can't really dye potatoes.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to die well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
To be like
I think that skin would probably fall off, or that skin would
red.
Because when you boil it and the skin comes off,
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
I wouldn't boil it. I would just drop
You paint the potato.
dye on it.
Yeah.
we boil the eggs.
So the marketing
Mashed
group
potatoes?
Potatoes USA tried to make this a thing back in 2023 when food prices were rising. And PETA has been trying for years for the sitting president of the White House to do a potato roll instead of an egg one.
Don't potatoes feel pain or anything when you pull them out from the ground?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's just
I'm sure there's somebody out there.
Haven't you seen the Lay's commercial with the girl? The potato rolled off the truck and then she grew it or whatever it was. And when the Lay's truck came back, she gave it back to them to slice it up and eat it.
When you do your pantry powwow, you should look around. I bet you got some potatoes stuck in the bottom somewhere, and it's got like
I will do that today.
all those weird eyes and stuff.
Hashtag
Ugh.
pantry powwow with double W's. Pantry powwow. Now, I don't know what you mean the potatoes in the eyes.
Yeah, they grow like
They start
weird.
growing.
You ever see that weird stuff?
Oh, when they start sprouting.
Yeah, sprouting. It looks like eyeballs and stuff. and
Wait, hold
legs
on. If you
and-
go to @Radio Roula Instagram this week, I did do a story that there was a smell in the garage. And I go, I'm going to find
Yep.
that damn smell. What is that smell?
It was the potato.
Rotten potato.
Potatoes and garlic, a head of garlic. Oh. It was in a plastic bag. My mom had knotted it up. It was on my counter. My mom comes over. She likes to make everything look like it's not lived in, like there's no sign of proof of life in this house.
I love that.
So she moves things, and she's like, I'm going to put this in the garage. You're not cooking with this tonight. And I didn't know they were just sitting there since like Christmas. And we could smell something. I was like, something's dead in here. What is it? So I went on a tear on Monday and Tuesday, and I found it. It was, because you know how I found it? When I moved the bag, it squished.
Stop.
It squished. It was so rotten.
Nasty.
I just dumped it in the trash.
Don't put that for
So the Easter potato. Paint your potatoes and save money instead of buying eggs because they're so expensive.
Now, I saw this story by the American Animal Hospital Association that 63% of us pet owners say I love you at least once a day to our dogs or cats or
Birds, canaries,
and
hamsters.
78% of us talk to them in a special voice.
Aw. Charlie girl, what you doing, Charlie girl?
Here's the question. Like, we all get up early and our mates
Yes.
are asleep.
Uh-huh.
My dog, he's got 2 dog beds down
On the floor.
on the floor.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I wake up, he's there.
On top of
course
your
he
bed.
is.
Yeah, especially when I leave to
Yeah.
go shower and stuff or do work.
He likes the warmth of your spot.
So when I'm all ready to go, I go around, hey, honey, to my wife, love you, give her a kiss on the cheek, and just really fast. And then when I go around to him, hey, baby, and I'm petting him, and then he gets all very submissive. So
yes, and then you get the
then I'm
belly
like- I'm
rubs
like,
before you leave. Mhm.
You think my wife gets like jealous of that? Like, I'm spending more time saying I love you. And, like,
The reason you're
I don't
thinking
wanna
that is
wake her
because
up.
you would get jealous if your wife did that.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
if I
why
was
he's thinking that.
awake and I just get a love you. And then
Because
go
you're trying
around.
not to wake her up, but the dog's going to be up no matter
Mark
what.
does that to Misty all the time. There was even a video I just sent him on Instagram yesterday about it. It was like, this is how my husband sees my dog, and it's like that, and this is me. Sorry. Love you. Night. Cool.
But you're awake.
Yeah.
I can't with you today.
Bye.
What's that Dunn
Love you.
Ranch one?
Have a great
That
day.
rip. I can't with you today.
Oh, yeah. I don't have
And then the dog,
I
you're all
can't handle you
excited.
today.
Yeah, Rip from Yellowstone walks past Beth.
Walks past Beth is like, I can't with you today.
I can't handle this.
Can't
or
handle
what?
this. Can't with you today.
Well,
Kevin, when you leave Booster in the morning, y'all are doing Rover. So is there a dog right now in your house that you
And he
give
comes
more love
tonight.
to than your mate?
But
A beagle comes tonight for like 8 days.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
You guys are basically the 365 dog owners, but it's never the same dog.
Right. Well, because we're making pretty good money off of this app.
That's great.
and you get your need of your dog fix.
We get our sweet puppy mix in, and we send them home, and we don't have a dog for a week. Then here we go, another dog for the weekend. I found a story about Subway, though, not about dogs, and this is exciting because I do love Subway, and I think Sam might be excited about it too because she loves nachos. Subway has announced the next foot-long offering on their menu is going to be Doritos Nachos, and if you can imagine,
wait, what's on it? Like just the nachos and
it's exactly what you think
the
about.
The toppings of the sandwich. Spinach and olives.
It looks like they have used
bologna on it. They throw bologna, that cold cut trio.
BMT.
They've used the foot-long tray.
Okay.
And then they filled that with tortilla chips.
Yeah.
And then they've sprinkled some cheese, jalapenos, olives, onions all across that. And then they put it in that little microwave
little toaster
fire thing
that
they have. And then they serve it out like that.
It used to be like the
it's like girl dinner.
Try that.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Just
Just tortilla chips and some shredded cheddar cheese. Put that in the microwave. Put some salsa on it. That was nachos.
How much they charge for that?
I don't have
Yeah,
a
what
price
is that?
on this one.
Because there's no $5 footlongs anymore. They're $7
Probably
now.
$9.50 or $10. Or
Probably. At that point, I might as well just go to a restaurant and get like quality.
Yeah. Actually, go in there, and just order a Dr. Pepper, and then they'll give you chips for free
They will.
at a Tex-Mex place.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Oh, man.
If you want to
Maybe
get your
I'll do
chip,
that for dinner tonight.
Dude, let me tell you something.
buy some queso.
Depending on the sauces they
I
give you on the
love
table at
queso.
Tex-Mex restaurants, because you got to buy queso, you have to buy guacamole. But
Worth
El Tiempo, I could drink that green sauce.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll do El
My
Tiempo tonight now that we're
God.
talking about it.
just want some chips and the green sauce, and that's all I want.
Because we had amazing food yesterday.
From Don Rocky.
From Don
And that
Rocky.
green sauce was good
But
too.
I
It was a little
wanted
spicy.
queso so bad, and I
you?
was like, no. That's all I live off of is queso. If I could, I would have
do you
every meal.
like Escalante has the more
White queso.
Oh.
And then like Papacitos has that
Yellow
What,
one.
the yellow one?
one.
I don't think I cared.
El
Just as long
Tiempo
as
is
it tastes
yellow.
really
El
good.
Tiempo's
Yeah, El
yellow.
Tiempo
And they
has
got those
yellow.
wonton chips.
Well, that's
do
an actual
love
flour
those.
tortilla.
The flour
That's
tortillas,
thick
it's really
flour tortilla
thick,
they
whatever that is.
fried.
Yes, I love those. And I love how they give them to you like extra with the queso. Like they're like specialty chips.
Yeah, I
that,
feel
like,
special. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Look
It
at
is
me.
an actual flour tortilla that has been fried, and then you've already eaten all the corn tortilla. Like, so really, I'm sure we've all seen that. I'm going to tell you what it is, but I'm sure you all have seen that, where this person says, how would you like to come over and eat 22 corn tortillas? And, no, I would never do that. Meanwhile, here's me at a Tex-Mex
Yes.
restaurant with
and
the
they
salsa.
show it.
Yes.
They take the chips out and they put them on top of a tortilla to show you how.
How many.
I know, that blew my mind. I don't know why I didn't think that that's where it came from.
Have you ever made homemade? I never even thought about doing that until I went to Firefighter Ross's house once. Mm-hmm. He made brisket, and then for appetizers, I'm like eating the chips and queso and guac. I'm like, wow, these you probably made these chips too, huh? He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, damn.
Ross, we
crap.
need more brisket. It's
Yes.
been years.
Yeah, what's up with that,
since
man?
we had Ross's brisket.
Now that you're a captain and a big deal,
He's
Ross's
busy.
meat. He needs to open up a food truck that Ross's meat.
well,
He could at the
that could be the wrong crowd showing up.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
Why is
Ross's
Kevin at this place a
brisket.
lot?
My God, it's so
Over
good.
With the calendar.
Oh, yeah, he's in line to
Which
sign
one
the
is
calendar.
here? Which one is here? It's
Which
like
one is
I
this?
Spy.
Can I do this one? So Subway, we don't have a price on their foot-long nacho offering, but to Sam's
I
point,
don't think that fits the
and Eric's
image,
point,
does
go to a
it?
Tex-Mex restaurant and get
That
some
is-
free chips.
yeah, I think I may just go to Tex-Mex.
I think Subway's losing their way. Like they used to try and copy Jersey Mike's. Like, hey, we're going to have a machine too and cut our meat.
and cut the meat.
Oh, wait a second. Breaking news. I had not been inside of Jimmy John's in a while, but I went the other day to get a sandwich for my daughter because she asked me for that for lunch
That
to drop
roast
her off at
beef
school.
sandwich.
And I noticed their packaging had like a new color to it because the Jimmy John's paper is like, red, black, and white.
The potato chips are different now, the packaging.
Oh, I didn't try that. I didn't see that. But and I didn't say anything because I didn't just was in there quick for the sandwich. And when I took it to her and I saw it in the bag, it says, "Now we toast." And I go, "What? They toast at Jimmy John's now?"
That's how I
And
can
the
eat
person at the
lunch with
register
sandwiches.
didn't say anything like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you want toasted?" I was
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Gotta ask for it.
Because I was thinking I have never ordered a BLT at Jimmy John's because it's cold bacon. I don't want cold bacon. I want hot bacon on a BLT. But they toast now?
But
I have not
Aren't you the
seen
one that-
this ad campaign.
Aren't you the one with the BLT though, with cold or
The downstairs
bread.
deli when it was open.
the bread was like
I did not
uncooked, it
want
wasn't
toasted bread.
Oh.
And that's only at the downstairs deli.
That's a weird BLT.
But that deli has closed now. And I would eat the plain bread, not toasted, no mayo, extra lettuce, tomato, and bacon.
Pretty much any sandwich shop will toast it because as a pregnant woman, that's what I crave because I'm not allowed to have lunch meat.
Also, right,
because
you
you're
can't
supposed
have
to get
lunch
sick.
meat.
But if it's toasted, you can eat it.
Oh,
So
okay.
fun fact for you.
Yeah.
It
okay.
has to be cooked to a certain temperature in
Right.
order for you not to get sick. But
What's your go-to craving for that? Like a turkey on.
the BMT, like the Italian. I love like if I go to Jersey, I do Jersey Mike's all the way, everything.
Even tomato.
And they,
Mike's
and they
way.
have to heat it
Mike's
all
way.
up.
Thank you.
The onion?
With the juice.
Maybe not the onion because then it lingers.
Yeah, I can't do
It does
that.
That onion
linger.
is real strong.
Even the Jimmy John's white onion, my God. The Jersey Mike's and the Jimmy John's white onions
not
linger.
that with extra pickles. Like they'll put
Really?
it on and
Just
I'll
get
be
a
like,
pickle sandwich.
can you just get more pickles and then more pickles? And the one guy laughed so hard he put a whole handful on it and he couldn't even close the top of it. And I was
gross.
like, yes.
How'd you keep it closed?
Pickles and peanut
I
butter.
did it.
Yes.
It just like dropped off and I was
Oh.
like, this is all I need, y'all.
Ah,
How those
that's
guys that get carpal tunnel?
What?
That juice. Because they're always
What kind of juice?
they're always shaking it.
Eric, you need to work at Jersey Mike's just for one day so you can appreciate.
I think you should.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I know. You
a
need
lot
to
of
learn how to
shaking.
do the juice shake.
And they're always so polite.
Oh yeah, they're always welcoming you.
They're
like,
always
I
so
feel like
polite,
the one
like-
on Kirby over there in Rice Village. They're always like, Eric, how's it been? It's been a few weeks. Like, oh, I didn't know you're keeping track of my fat
I was
ass.
gonna say they know Kevin, right? Kev, isn't that Jersey Mike's right down there?
Yeah. Well,
There's a right here next to Randall's.
Right there. Yeah.
They're not
They,
as-
I go to
they
that
know
one.
Kev.
They're not as nice there. I mean,
What? They are so nice to us.
Not to me.
All the Jersey
Not to
Mike's
me.
employees.
I'm
Maybe
saying-
because it's Kev's shop. That's where
Maybe
Kev
that's
always
why.
goes. So they're like, we're not
Yeah.
going to be nice to
the
Eric.
Kirby shop, they just they treat me better.
Kevin also went to the one on Silver. Remember that one? You said you would go to that one too. It's
Oh,
smaller.
absolutely, because that's next to the Walmart.
You won't
Yeah.
eat. You won't eat in your new truck, will you?
Heck no!
You're so
I
messy.
eat right there in the
By yourself?
Yes, by
Oh,
myself.
you're one of those. I always feel bad for the people when
Don't
Are
I
you looking at
feel
your
bad for
phone,
me.
or are you
They're
just
by
eating and
themselves.
getting out of there? Are you
Well, I
in the
can't
car?
touch my phone because I got one
Yes.
hand for the chips and the other hand for the
Yeah,
sandwich.
Kev's
There's
too
mayonnaise
messy
all
for
over
that.
my hands.
If you had my that ring that I bought,
the Aura ring?
no, that ring that.
Oh my gosh,
it
that he can
has a-
swipe
Oh,
on
the
his
TikTok
phone.
ring.
It lets me swipe whenever I'm watching.
Oh, my God,
You push a
stop.
button and it'll swipe without touching the
I
screen.
don't want to look at my phone. I'm talking with the kind people at Jersey
Just
Mike's.
connect
Oh, you're one of
it.
those creepy guys that just sits by themselves and then you just get yourself in other people's conversations. Hey, you know,
Or you
what
just
you
sit
doing
there
over
in
here?
peace.
Battle of the Sandwich Shops.
Like, leave me alone.
Battle of the Sandwich Shops.
Oh, I see you got a hat on for about, a John Deere hat.
You watched the Astros last night? I don't know about baseball.
He just said, I don't know about football. And that really make him lose his marbles.
Stop it.
All right, coming up next, Believe It or Not time. Let's see what the 8 o'clockers will bring us on this fabulous Friday. Is where we open up our phone lines at 833-390-KRBE. And you tell us a story that sounds unbelievable, but it's true. That's why we call it Believe It or Not. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Believe it or not, the stories are true. Don't ever let anyone try to bullshit you. Either you could be dead, nearly chopped off your head. Roula Ryan Show. Believe it or not, Sam's not sure. She can't decide. Make up her mind. Indecisive. I don't know what we're going to eat.
Yes. It's true. What are we going to eat? It's the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, and our phone number is 833-390-KRBE.
This could be the shortest, believe it or not.
It could be, depending on how many stories you bring us.
We whittled it down. He's got one call right there.
So you tell us a story that is either about you
All right,
or somebody
Nydia?
you know. No, no.
Did he?
It's
That's
Ryan.
More stories than Ryan.
Yeah. And this caller's name is
nobody's got
Ryan. This caller's name is Ryan.
Oh, Lord.
After Ryan's story, I'm going to tell you about a true crime situation we need to give you an update on. But Ryan, hi. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. What's your story? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Love you guys.
Love you too.
So, yes, I was deployed overseas, and we had these vacuum trucks that would suck water out of one spot, and we would go over to these aqueducts and dump all the rest of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in charge of monitoring the local nationals that we hired on to do this work. Well, I didn't really have to watch them that much, and I saw this giant desert lizard. It was a skink. And I thought, yeah, great idea. Let's go chase it around and try to catch it.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? That's not
No,
what I
not
think
at
when
all.
I see a
And what's it
giant
called?
lizard.
It's called
Let's chase this around.
What's it called? A skink?
A skink, yeah.
I got to Google
Okay,
that. Of course,
I'm
as you're
looking it up
talking.
now. It's a good sized
Is it
lizard.
big?
Not that big.
Okay.
It's a pretty decent sized lizard, yes. And so I was chasing it over this little sandbank down to where we were letting the water out into the aqueduct. And I wound up sliding down the sandbank. And when I did, all the sand displaced from underneath my foot, and up popped 2 wires.
Oh, no.
Gosh.
Oh, my God.
And I look at it, and my foot is about half an inch to an inch away from a landmine.
Oh, gosh.
And that would have been the end of it right there.
For sure, because you went to go chase after a skink.
So your foot went a skank? No, a skink.
A skink.
Oh.
Skink.
That's afterwards when he got back.
A.
No, so wait. So
Skink.
say this again. So your foot
my
went underneath
gosh.
the wires, or
He was right. Right.
It was
alongside.
no, the wires popped up right in front of the tip of my toe, and and it was pressure activated. So if I would have actually put my foot on it, that's
Oh.
a Purple Heart for me.
So how'd you get out?
back away?
I just backed away, and then we called EOD, and they came in, blew it up, and I went on about my day.
Yeah, here's
Jeez.
Ryan with his toe right near it, and then the skink starts to climb on the wire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the skink takes you both
the
out.
skink takes you both out. Man, Ryan, that was a
lizard.
lucky, close
I
call.
would never, every time, I'd never be able to chase lizards again.
Oh,
No.
goodness. Well,
Oh,
we
cute.
salute you, Ryan. We salute you.
Damn, dude.
Appreciate you guys.
I'm glad
Thank
you're
you,
okay.
sir. Take care.
Yeah.
Glad you're okay. That's crazy. Never look at a
There's a
lizard
friend-
the same again.
I met at a friend's birthday party in Cabo in October, and his job was, like, they called him in to get rid of all the bombs and stuff.
Blow up the landmines?
Yeah, it's like he did there over in Iraq, and he was telling me how they do it and why they do it, and all the snipers, and they work with them, and he worked with the presidents and stuff. He had to go in weeks before, and you have to search every nook and cranny. He said he'd come on the raw feed with us.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Can't
Just
imagine
to hear,
how
'cause he-
stressful that
he
is.
did that for
all
like 30 years. Like one time it blew it up near him, and just he was unconscious, and it's just crazy, the stories. What was that movie with Jimmy Renner?
Or you're thinking of the
He's a bomb technician. Hurt Locker.
Yes, Hurt Locker. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he did that stuff too.
Wow.
Yeah, so
We're
it'd be
taking your
interesting.
calls at 833-390-KRBE, and Kim is up next for Believe It or Not. Hi, Kim. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Happy Friday!
Hi, long-time listener, 18 years.
All right.
Oh, look at you.
What about the first 4? Where were you at then?
Yeah,
No,
what
I'm just
happened there? We weren't that good.
Well, I wasn't around then, so
Oh,
it
yeah,
wasn't
that's
worth
what
it.
it was.
Yeah, I didn't move here till 18 years ago. That's
Okay,
why.
that's
Okay,
good.
I like that. All right, Kim, I understand
So-
your story has to do with the mafia. Now, should we be careful
yeah,
with
so-
this?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No. It was a long time ago. So when I was a little girl, I grew up in California. Came from a Italian family. So back then in the 70s, you used to be able to walk home from school by yourself or with a friend. So I was walking home from school with a friend. My friend went to their house, and I was walking by. I don't know if you guys know what this is. It used to be called a wash. It's kind of like a big. Kind of looks like a little bayou, and there's
Oh, yeah.
like a little driveway where like the workers would drive in. So there's a driveway, and then there's a gate.
Okay.
So I'm walking by there, and this big black car pulls in the driveway right in front of me. And then this man opens the door, and like I'm standing there. I'm just a little kid, and there's 2 men in the car wearing full-on suits. And I thought, oh, I've seen these guys before. They used to knock on my front door looking for my dad. So I kind of had,
Oh, God.
yeah. My grandfather, I guess, had some mafia ties, and they tried to get my dad in, but my dad would never go. So they kept trying, but I don't think he ever did. So I knew who these guys were. I guess they called them goons. So I don't remember the full conversation. Something like, hey, we're going to pick you up and take you home. And I lived like 3 houses down. I was like, no, you're not. So one of the big guys tried to grab me and pull me in the car.
Oh, my God.
Well, I opened my mouth and took a big old bite out of his thigh to where I could actually taste blood.
No way.
And
Oh, my gosh.
He yelled, let go of me. And then I ran to my friend's house, who I just left, banged on the door. They let me in. And all I remember after that is my parents picking me up and the helicopters above my house. And I don't know whatever happened after that, but I didn't get taken. I know that
How
for
old
sure.
were you, Kim?
I didn't get taken.
I almost
You
did.
didn't get taken. How
I
old
was
were
a
you?
Girl Scout. I was a Girl Scout, so I knew better. I don't know, 10 or 11, something like that.
Great example again of following your instinct.
Yeah.
You knew
Yeah.
these men were up to no good when they said, get in the car, I'll give you a ride.
Oh, yeah.
My God,
I knew
that's
that.
so scary. The fact
And
that
let me
you
tell you,
bit
that
him
was
that hard through his clothes and you tasted
yeah.
blood.
Oh, I mean, I'm 60 years old. It was 50 years ago. I still remember tasting blood. Like, I hope that I ended up becoming a nurse. Go figure. You know.
That's blood.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Wow.
That's
Kim.
crazy.
So then let's fast forward a little bit. What then happened after that? Did these guys ever show up at your dad's door again looking for your dad?
You know,
or just
relocate?
Yeah,
Did you move?
There was still some instances here and there, which it would take a lot more phone calls, but there were still some instances here and there through my childhood of them, different men, you know, in suits. It's always a suit, you know, trying to get my dad to do stuff and, you know, trying to frame him from something that he didn't do. And, you know, he always got out of it because I think he just tried to stay away and they just kept wanting to get him. But
I
mean, as far as I know, he didn't have any dealings, but he never told us, but I don't think he ever did any.
I thought maybe your
Josh,
dad
you had
owed
some
money.
nice vacations. You know where that money came from.
I thought he owed money or something. Maybe they were trying to kidnap you to get money.
We didn't have any of that. We were very poor middle class. But let me tell you, men in suits always freaked me out the rest of my life.
Nah, no
Yeah, you see
kidding.
him come
I had
up.
some PTSD from that.
Yeah, usually you think about that, like the FBI and them when they come raiding your house or
You
stuff.
always hear about
they're in
the
the
black
suits.
SUVs that pull up and people just come pouring out of them.
Yep.
Wow, that's really something, Kim. That's quite a believe it or not story. We believe you. That's for sure. Is this Gio up next? Hi, Gio.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Gio.
Gio, it is Believe It or Not. You are going to tell us a story that sounds unbelievable, but it is true. What happened to you?
So when I was 12, my mom decided to take me to school in my old dad's car. We're talking like old school 90s cars, so they're a little more boxy, and they're very sturdy and safe, or at least I thought. So we're about literally the intersection off of the school. There's a car in front of us that swerved right into it.
Oh.
So my mom hit the brakes. I didn't have my seatbelt on.
Uh-oh.
So as he hits the brakes, she just notices something flying through the windshield.
And it was you.
And it was me.
Oh.
I
Oh,
had
my
gone straight
gosh.
through the windshield, head first.
From the
mind
back
you.
seat or the front seat? You were in the back seat?
From the front. I was in the passenger front seat.
No seatbelt. Hit the brakes.
No seatbelt.
And you went through the
Hit
glass?
brakes. I went through the glass because there was a sizable hole of my head.
Oh,
So my head got straight through the glass. Now, mind you, my next thought was, oh, I'm back in my seat. I don't remember the last 2-3 seconds that I had went through the windshield. And my mom is flipping out crazy.
Oh, my
There's a cop in front of me, and I'm thinking to myself, what happened to me?
Oh, my
And so
gosh.
come to find out, I'm like touching my head and everything, not a single scratch.
No blood?
No blood.
What?
No blood.
What?
So because I was wearing a hoodie, it basically like covered all of like the sharp edges that would have like scratched my head and all.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently I did end up with a concussion because I was just thinking, oh, I survived a car crash. It's a cool story, so I'm going to keep going to school.
Oh, my God.
yeah.
Going
If it
home.
was the 80s
I
or
didn't
90s,
wanna-
they were
I
so
didn't wanna-
savage. They go, okay,
Oh,
we'll just
yeah.
drop you off and keep going.
That's true.
Not even take you to the
I was
hospital.
like thinking, oh, I don't want to mess up my perfect attendance, so I'm just going to go to school. As
my
I'm in
gosh.
class and everything, I'm like sleeping through my classes
Uh-oh.
and everything. And they're like, oh, so you ended up having a concussion, but you never realized that, like, you know, you had one to begin with. So I was like, oh, well, I mean, is it bad? Is it good? They're like, no, you should probably go to the doctor. By the time they went to the doctors, they're like, well, whatever concussion you have, it's no longer swollen. You're pretty much okay. So you're good to go.
You're lucky you didn't have a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
Totally.
No,
totally,
it's
totally.
it's so funny because my parents always say the only reason why I'm smart is because I went through the windshield. They joke about it.
It knocked some sense into
Because
you? What?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, you were just an average student beforehand, and then after the accident, you just became like this straight A student.
I think that's like a new movie or a sitcom.
That is so bizarre.
It's like falls down a well, her eyes go cross, gets kicked in the head by a mule, eyes go straight. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's weird.
Christmas vacation.
Right.
Anyway, wow, Gio, that's really unbelievable.
And
But
for a
it's
windshield to
true.
break like that easy?
Oh, God, my head hurts from that.
They do when
Well,
you see,
it wasn't
I
that
watch a lot of
easy,
these
but yeah.
videos where they road rage videos. The guy jumps up on the hood and then hits the glass. They break it
smashes
so
it.
easy.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Well, we're glad you're okay, Gio. And look at you. You're a National Merit finalist. I
Real
don't know.
quick, when we come back, you're going to talk about what we
Yes, the True
Ahmad just did?
Crime podcast that you definitely want to hear. We'll give you all the details of that coming up next. Oh, and then there's this little gift.
Yo, what's going on? It's Kendrick Lamar.
Hi, my name is Lizette.
Caller 104 at 833-390-KRBE and score free access to Kendrick and SZA at NRG and get in the running for tickets to the Energy Floor.
That's your literal cue to call us. 833-390-KRBE. Be caller 104. On the other side, we'll give away these tickets and tell you about the True Crime podcast that you definitely want to hear. Next on The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Celebrity Scoop, the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric on KRBE.
Brought to you by Tacaris Arandas. That was Miley Cyrus's new
I
song,
like
guys.
that.
And I liked it too. It kind of had like an 80s vibe to me, though.
Feels good today. Ed Sheeran.
It was good.
has a new song. No.
I know. It was great.
Miley.
So go Miley. That was a good song. There are a lot of things that you can go to our podcast page for. You can download the app. You can go to krbe.com or wherever you consume your podcasts. We do a lot of stuff here on The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. And one segment that we do every Tuesday is called True Crime Tuesday. And that is where we don't know what kind of phone calls we're going to get. That segment can only be as good as the calls that come to us. And sometimes it's not so great. Sometimes it's, wow, we didn't know
I will
that.
say, since January, we've been on a roll.
Totally a roll about serial killers and national killers we didn't know about and all these things. So Ahmad has been busy behind the scenes. And what have you done, Ahmad?
I have put together all the best of True Crime Tuesday. Everything from the guy that stole like 35 cars,
Yes.
the girl that got a ride from Ted Bundy. All that good stuff is in there. It's an hour long. I know people like to listen to it when they're like cleaning the house and like doing their makeup.
So for the weekend, you're driving.
Exactly. So it's over an hour of true crime stories.
That's awesome. That
Yeah.
we're just the regular place we find it, just under the show name.
Best of Roula and Ryan podcast. It's right there, and it's part one because I plan on continuing this throughout the year.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
I'd
cool.
like to get like some for the website too, like generator for the app where they could put True Crime Tuesday or True
Right.
Crime, and then people could just click on
Just
it
click on that podcast. That's really
just to
smart.
hear it down the road because
But yeah.
take them all from the past few months, right?
Yeah, I took them all from the past few months. All the best ones from 2025.
That's great.
Yeah,
So if you love
I
it-
hope y'all enjoy it. I worked hard on it.
That's good. Thank you so much for your hard work. And if you
You
have
should do a jingle for it as Burger King guy for True Crime.
People would hate
True
that.
Crime, True Crime Tuesday.
True crime, true crime, true crime Tuesday. I hope you don't die because that would be crazy.
If you
don't
get
know.
stabbed, call
man.
us.
Call
God.
833-390-KRBE
Or the listener line.
or the listener line 713-278-VENT. Just don't die.
Ridiculous.
I want to workshop that one.
Yeah, we'll have to work on
Remember
it.
that one. But yes, and our listener line number is 713-278-8368. If you have a story like right now, you're like, oh, I want to share a story with you guys right now, you can do that there. I know that, Eric, they pop up on your phone as they come in, and you've noticed quite the trend of people listening to the podcast in the afternoon.
Yes, the last year and a half, I've noticed we have a lot of listeners that treat us like in the afternoon they listen to the podcast. I guess there because it's easy. We do it hour by hour, so you can listen to it. Just put it on. There's really no, there's nothing in between. Just content.
Yep.
Might be a few push and win spots in there. I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
I feel bad.
I mean, that's
you hear my voice all the time.
that's
Sorry
all
about that.
there is, I think.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
About that.
Yesterday we were talking about, well, actually the last couple of days we talked about Val Kilmer's passing, and Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, of course, that's when America knew them first. As fighter pilots in Top Gun. He was Iceman. Tom Cruise was Maverick.
I didn't like him either. I'm like, he's a jerk.
He's like
Iceman.
a jerk, Iceman. And then he came back around for Maverick, which I just love Top Gun Maverick so much. Remember how many times I watched that show, that movie? How many times I watched that movie? Like 7.
But that in the theater.
No, I watched it 4 in the theater.
It was 4.
It's what brought me back to the theater, Top Gun Maverick.
It was such a smart move by Waiting because remember they told him, dude, you got to release this. It's during COVID. Release it on Paramount, on their Paramount streaming. We need it. And he's like, nope, this is going to be for the theater.
Man, Tom Cruise is smart. Tom Cruise honored Val Kilmer yesterday at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. And he said, I can't tell you how much I admired his work and him as a human. and how grateful and honored I was that he joined Top Gun and came back for Maverick. And he said, I think it'd be really nice if we could just have a moment all together and just take a moment because Val loved movies. He gave a lot to all of us with his performances in his films. And after that, he said, thank you, Val. I wish you well on your next journey. Thank you for doing that. I know he appreciates it. Then we started talking about Glenn Powell, who was in Top Gun Maverick. And we were saying in the 6 o'clock hour, doesn't his sister live here? Doesn't his sister live here? And all these texts like, yes, I know his family. His sister does live here.
Yep.
So hopefully we get her in the studio to talk to her.
And she got married last week. If that was her, I don't know if he has more than one. But one of his sisters got married. If he has more, because that was a big rumor. Because Sydney Sweeney. She was at the wedding. I guess she's friends with the sister too. Sure.
Yeah.
They might be friends with her boobs.
But
they might be together.
they did this whole thing that Tom Cruise was at. It was about showing their trailers of new movies coming out. And one trailer I shared with everybody, Kevin.
Oh,
what did I share with you?
The Naked Gun remake
with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looked pretty good.
It did look
It was short.
kind of funny.
It wasn't a trailer. It was a teaser trailer.
Naked Gun is a slapstick comedy, silly, hacky stuff. But what I didn't, you know what? I was so not locked in. I clicked it, Eric, and then I go, no. I didn't watch the trailer teaser. Is it serious
Well,
crime?
don't tell her that. You don't deserve to know the greatness of that.
I just didn't have time.
It was not that great.
Is it supposed to be dark and like serious, or is it supposed to be funny?
No, it's goofy.
It's goofy. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll see. Just watch the trailer.
All right.
It's a teaser trailer. And by the way, the guys that originally who wrote it, Zucker, or what's the name of the guys that did Airplane and did all those slapstick movies? They saw the teaser.
Zemeckis. Robert Zemeckis?
No. I forget whoever wrote it.
Okay.
The original Naked Gun. He hated this teaser trailer.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
after seeing that, I will never watch it.
Oh, no.
But meanwhile, he
Gets money from
he
it?
wrote a script and they turned it down.
That's why he's
Well,
bitter.
would you
That's
be the
probably
same
why.
way, Eric? You'd be the same way.
Of course I would. I wouldn't even. I'd be like,
If you had a segment called True Crime Tuesday and someone said, no, that sucks. We're not doing that. We're doing Crime Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Same concept, but you're not invited. You would hate that.
oh, I'd bash it for sure.
For 100%.
I wouldn't even look at the trailer and say that though.
You would not look at the trailer and say that?
I'd be like, nope, sucks before I even see it.
I'll give it a chance. I really did love that movie as a kid.
Okay, well, let's see how it plays out. And before we kick off into the weekend with the Friday Free-For-All, it's Fajita Fridays, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Taqueria wants you to enjoy a $100 gift card to get some fajitas, whether you like them sizzling, marinated, or ranchera style. Taqueria Sarandas is the place to go. Visit, can you spell this fast enough? Or can I say it fast enough? taqueriasarandas.com for a location near you. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead and spell that in
TAQU.
You.
We don't have
Hey.
time. We're running out of time for you to spell that. $100.
I'll just type in
caller
yummiest
10.
fajitas and they'll pop up.
Yeah, 833-390-KRBE, caller 10. You score a $100 gift card. Special K is going to get us the Friday free-for-all to get us into the weekend. What can we expect?
Scabba-dabba-dee-dub-dub-dub-dub.
You okay?
Yeah.
Scatman.
Yeah.
All right, next.
First one.
On the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.